the land? I said, who wanna know the land? My papa's land. My papa's land. Africa, it's my papa's land. Now, hear me. We are no fools on the hill. My people are no fools on the hill. You must let my people go, so we can rule from Cape to Cairo. You must free my people's hands, so we can rule our purpose land. I wanna know the land.
Welcome. Thanks for tuning in to be part of Open Mic today. I am excited to be with you today, and I hope you are out there also. Do me the favor, as usual, go ahead and you hit your share button. Go ahead, you hit your share button. I bring you a very illuminating talking point today, and that will be the main subject of this broadcast tonight. Again, but as usual, please do me the favor, if you are watching by the social media, Facebook, YouTube, go ahead, hit your share button. Let us populate the platform, because of what Facebook has been doing to us, we no longer send out advertisement before coming on live. We just want people to spontaneously show up and then share for others to join. So please, if you are joining, do me the favor, hit your share button. Hit your share button and let others know that I am live here now. Please go ahead and do that, and while I come back to you momentarily.
A land built towards greatness, now shattered like an egg. This is the Chronicles. In the Genesis, January 1st, 1960, Angola got its freedom, and 11th of February 1961, Cameroon and Angola became brothers in a referendum. Like Le Coupé and Maningoba to exist in confederation, 63 years later, the blood of the innocent shed to pay the price of our forefathers' mistakes, the price of their choices. Was it the we or yes? First, they said it was Boko Haram from the north. From being the jihad of Usman Dan Fodio, nowhere is safe. Saturday, 9 September 2017. Teachers, lawyers, they said, I recall leaving school for home that day, naively so jovial, because we thought it was a strike to strive for our future strides, a fight to fight for our future fights. But then, the first blood spilled on a land our forefathers bore with their blood for liberation, in shadows of history's cruel reign. When the missionaries came to Africa, they had the Bible and we had the land. They said, let us pray. We closed our eyes open. We had the Bible and they had the land. We bear the weight of mental chains. Colonial masters physically gone but mentally present. Our voices echo songs of freedom. Generation bound by unseen bars, struggling to break free from scars. They suppressed our cultural richness and traditions, buried the turmoil in our brains and called it independence. Just a flag independence indeed. But from the depths of resilient flames, our spirit ignites, that which refuses to tame the Bernard Fonlon generation, descendants of a great Mia Shaw, Africa's intellectual and Prince of Peace, from Cameroon in the heart of Africa, a man who believed in unity before diversity, a people politically divided but economically and developmentally united, decolonized and wash off Eurocentrism. I am no crusader for the things English. I do not worship English. I worship Lamso, for that is my identity. Just as them foot beat their blades and hit the drums to the rhythms of my ancestors within my soul, rethinking the African philosophy of education. If the first language of a child from birth is their mother tongue, education will greatly ameliorate, in the words of Ngugi wa Thiong'o. This is the move of Professor Benanso Okikafonlon, also known as the genuine intellectuals, not the Lion King's dream, but the Martin Luther King's dream. Africa rise, retelling your own stories in resilience and resistance. Africans reclaim what was once theirs and even more. Why fight against each other? Why take the life of a brother, sister, mother, or child? The war would end. The leaders will shake hands. But the old woman will keep waiting for her brave son. The young girl will keep waiting for her beloved husband. That boy would endlessly wait for his mother. Those children will wait for their heroic father. I do not know who sold our homeland, but I saw who paid the price.
All right, what an eloquent poem there. I wish somebody out there knows who this lady is. I don't know who she is, but I would like if somebody knows who she is and knows the contact, to please do me a favor by forwarding it to me. We were not sold. We know exactly what happened. She is 99% correct in all she says, but the fact is that we were not sold, we were annexed. We were annexed, and that is what we were: annexed, assimilated, marginalized, and then oppressed. That is the order of it all. Annexed, assimilated, marginalized, and then oppressed. That was the order of things, and the latter part, the oppression, continues up to today. The good thing is that it is going to be long-lived. I mean, it is going to be short-lived. It is not going to go any further as La République du Cameroon plan all through the years. But that is it about that. Let me take you to the United Nations, ladies and gentlemen, where Ambazonians gathered in their numbers to protest the presence of Cameroon, especially Philemon Yang becoming the 79th president of the United Nations General Assembly. Now, that is a one-year tenure. And when we say that the United Nations is not just, is no good, Thibault Nash said it here the other day that the United Nations may be out there, but it has absolutely no will, no power, no ability to effect change in this world. It's a toothless bold dog. And when you see leaders manning over the mentorship at the United Nations from human rights abusing countries like La République du Cameroon, you begin to ask, what is the essence? What is the essence of this organization? An organization that cannot resolve simple conflict as the one that we have between Ambazonian and La République du Cameroon. Of what use is it? How about the Sudans? How about Israel and Hamas? How about Ukraine? And you can go on naming the rest. How about independence for Somaliland? This so-called United Nations hasn't been able to prefer lasting solution to these world conflicts. And so I really don't know what they go there to do. I guess the people gathered there, the heads of state, they gathered there to appease the United States, appease the Russians, appease China, appease the United Kingdom, and appease the French. That's all that I can say. To dance to their tune, dance to their dictates. That is what obtains at the United Nations. We continue to show up there, as you see here, thanks to Chairman Elvis Comita for putting these protests together. They all drove from different parts of the Northeast, from Boston down to New York, Boston, Connecticut, Delaware, Philadelphia, Maryland, Virginia, to converge here at the United Nations headquarters in New York to protest the war that La République du Cameroon declared on Ambazonia 2017. The conflict actually began in 2016, November 2017. Paul Biya formally declared war, and we took up the challenge, and we have been holding onto our own since then. And I am coming to you today with a very, very special, educating, but also very illuminating monologue. A message I want everybody to take to heart. And if there are any reporters here joining the show from La République du Cameroon, and when I talk of reporters, I am referring to those who who spy on what we say and report to the authorities in Yaoundé. If they are here, if they are watching and listening to the sound of my voice, please, you better get your pens ready. Get your pens and your papers or your recording gadgets ready to take down some notes from the talking point that I bring to you today. It's a lesson, a model lesson I am bringing. I specially prepared it for authorities in La République du Cameroon. And so please get your pens, your writing pads, and your notebooks ready for that monologue. But in the meantime, again, I want to congratulate these Ambazonians who gathered at the United Nations Plaza in Washington, D.C., September 20th, to protest the United Nations. Or let's call it the disunited nations, the corrupt nations that gather every year in New York. So, again, that was led by Chairman Elvis Comita. They did a lot of speeches and projections of what is going on in Ambazonia for the past 8 years, talking about the prisoners, the internally displaced, the refugees, and the killings that you find. The Ambazonia independence, now that banner says, right, is non-negotiable, and it will remain non-negotiable. So that is that. So I want to again to thank all of you who put on your T-shirts, Amber T-shirts, and did this wonderful show at the United Nations Plaza in New York. I hope somebody was out there to see you and to listen to your messages. I have been out there over the years at these rallies to send out our message to those who care to hear. And I just want to hope that as you all gathered there, some of those officials were there, they listened to you, and I hope that something comes out of it. We really do not expect anything to come out of it, but what we know is that our presence out there is a testament to our resilience and our determination to make sure that we take this war to a logical end. We take this war, we force it upon the power that have the ability to effect change, to do something, to force maybe La République du Cameroon to sit down and talk. That is the essence of these protest rallies that we organize in the diaspora. But that is not the only thing that has been happening, ladies and gentlemen. We declared schools to resume. We declared schools to resume in Ambazonia beginning September the 17th through October the 2nd. And we are told some schools are beginning to open. Some schools are beginning to open their doors, and we are seeing students gathering in school. I took particular note of Seat of Wisdom College in the Lebialem. This is the only school. I mean, this school has been shut down, ladies and gentlemen. Seat of Wisdom College is in the class of Our Lady of Lords or Sacred Hearts, and so on and so forth in all of Ambazonia. This school has been shut down for the past, I believe for the past 5 years or 6 years. Yeah, about 6 years. this school, Seat of Wisdom College, Fontaine, has been shut down for the past 6 years. And of course, all schools in the BLM were shut down, including La République du Cameroon schools. But this is the first time a school is opening up in the BLM. This is the first time a secondary school or a school in that matter is opening up in the BLM, and we want to hope that the students will be able to sit and learn in the environment in which they find themselves. I think it was in 2018. I think it was 2018. La République du Cameroon did us a favor by shutting down all their government-operated schools, the teachers' training schools, the grammar school, the bilingual school. They shut all of them down in the BLM and took out all the teachers. In fact, over 750 teachers were withdrew from the BLM and their schools shut down. A very simple way of saying to Ambazonia, goodbye, we are done with you. We were very excited, and we took that as a privilege to say to La République du Cameroon, since you left, you are not coming back to the BLM to set up anything, not any of your institutions. And so their SDOs, their DOs and SDOs, they left, their mayors left, except the only thing that they allowed to remain there were the military. Not even the police, just the military. So, but it is quite good to see that Seat of Wisdom College in Fontaine is reopening. You can see the students there on the occasion. I think this was around the 20th or the 18th or one of those days. The schools opened its doors formally to the students, and I'm quite surprised that they have quite a good number of students showing up at least to resume classes for a school that was deserted for about 6 years. Again, you are looking at Seat of Wisdom College in Fontaine, reopening its doors after being shut down for about 6 years. While we appreciate what the effort put together to have Seat of Wisdom resume classes in Fontaine, we have stated very clearly and unequivocally to the so-called elite in the BLM that we are not going to tolerate or accept or see any so-called La République du Cameroon's operated schools resuming or reopening doors in the BLM. We made that very, very explicit. If we see La République du Cameroon trying to open its doors, their grammar schools, their high schools, we will then have to shut down everything, including this one. I read a post in one of the BLM's forum. Actually, it was Fontaine's forum the other day, and somebody, after seeing these images, said, why shouldn't we just work with the SDO, they said, to get the rest of the government schools open, teachers return. And I just saw it and I laughed. I said, okay. I sent them a message and I said, the day we see one La République du Cameroon operated school opening and teachers returning to Le BLM Menji, we will then have to shut down every other school, including this one. We are allowed Seat of Wisdom to open because Seat of Wisdom is like Sacred Heart, is like PSS, is like Our Lady of Lodge. This is a Catholic mission, Catholic operated school, missionary school. And so we have allowed it to open because it is like any other mission operated school in all of Ambazonian. And so we have made it very clear, very, very clear La République, no one, La République du Cameroon school is coming to operate or reopen its doors in Le BLM, and we mean business. We mean business. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let me also take you to Kumba, where they have continued to shut down people's shops. You are looking at that video there coming from Kumba. You can see the seal. I think that seal is coming from, I don't know, is that, it says sealed by Kumba Council. Yeah, that door, you can see the seal. It says it is sealed by Kumba Council. Now, I can't say this enough. If you live in Kumba, you are a trader, I want this message to get out to you. I want you to know that we have your backs. We have your backs. All the traders out there in Kumba, we have your backs. Do not think like, oh, we have forgotten of you. And these colonial officials, they continue to come out to shut down your shops on ghost towns. I received lots and lots of messages of people from Kumba, people telling me, Comrade Chris, you people have to do something. You have to do something because they keep on coming, shutting down people's shops on Mondays, breaking their retail tables and destroying them, and then putting levies on them to come and pay before the shops can be opened. Again, let me say this to every trader in the city of Kumba. Action may be slow or delayed, but I promise you, these colonial officials will pay. They are not invincible. It may take a while for them for us to come after them, especially this colonial divisional officer for Kumba 2. This, I understand, that guy is from Ngo Ketunjia. This guy, I'm shocked. He is Ambazonian. But he is one of those overzealous officer minion to the colonial regime, I guess, who is seeking for promotion. And he has tried everything to put pain and suffering upon our people in Kumba, shutting down their shop, destroying their tables, retail tables, every Monday. Again, I want the people in Kumba to know, please do not be worried. Do whatever you can. Get back to your businesses. Make what you can make. But we will put those guys, all those colonial officials in Kumba, where they belong. And when it happens, you will know it and you will see it, and there will be mourning in their families. You can trust that. All right. So we sympathize with you out there in Kumba, but know that we have your backs. We have your backs. Ladies and gentlemen, again, I have promised you, I have a very powerful, illuminating talking point that I bring to you today. That will be the focus of this open mic. After I present my talking point to you, I will then open the microphone and let you chip in your contributions from wherever that you may be. That is what open mic is all about. But please keep on hitting your share button if you are watching by way of Facebook or YouTube, because I think as many people as possible should listen to this talking point. What I plan to do with this particular talking point, I will eventually put it in a documentary, because I think that it is worth documenting it and preserving it for future generations to see what we said about this war at certain point in period like this one. If Cameroon hasn't learned a lesson from our ability to stop their schools from resuming on their terms in our country, if La République du Cameroon hasn't learned a lesson from the ability of Ambazonian restoration fighters to stop them, I want to believe they should begin to learn now from what they have seen in Ambazonia within the past 3 weeks. And so please, I want you to stay tuned. I'll be right back in the next 1 minute. And when I come back to you, I am coming with a powerful talking point. Stay tuned, please.
ABS can help you reach your target audience like never before. Advertising on ABS, you'll benefit from our extensive reach and dedicated viewership. We offer special advertising packages during primetime slots and popular shows. You'll also be featured on our social media platforms, reaching an even wider audience. Don't miss out on this opportunity. Take your business to the next level. Contact our advertising team at absafricativ@gmail.com. ABS can help you reach your target audience like never before. Advertising on ABS, you'll benefit from our extensive reach and dedicated viewership. We offer special advertising packages during primetime slots and popular shows. You'll also be featured on our social media platforms, reaching an even wider audience. Don't miss out on this opportunity. Take your business to the next level. Contact our advertising team at absafricativ@gmail.com.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, I will now take you to my monologue for today. And again, after my monologue, I will be opening the phone lines to allow you call in from wherever that you may be, to contribute to this very special broadcast. And again, I want to believe those who write reports for La République du Cameroon are out there. I titled this monologue, The Unyielding Spirit of Ambazonia, a nation that refuses to bow. The conflict between Ambazonia and the Republic of Cameroon, or La République du Cameroon, has entered its 8th year, marking a protracted struggle between two opposing visions, one of a centralized Francophone-dominated La République du Cameroon, and the other of a self-determined Southern Cameroon's Ambazonia. Despite the odds stacked against them, the might of a heavily armed national military, international ambivalence, and economic pressures of a war-torn society, Ambazonia stands undefeated. Recent events underscore this reality, particularly the failed school resumption on September 9, 2024. While La République authorities planned for a return to school, it was Ambazonia's voice, Ambazonia's will and determination that ultimately prevailed. This incident, like many others, reveals that La République du Cameroon's hold on Ambazonian territory is tenuous at best, and despite their relentless efforts, the Ambazonian people continue to dictate their own fate. It is becoming even clearer Ambazonia is not a land that can be subdued. September 9, 2024 was supposed to mark the return of students across La République du Cameroon to their classrooms. The government of La République du Cameroon had set this date in stone, but in Ambazonia, a different reality unfolded. Rather than children flocking to schools, classrooms remained empty, and the streets stayed silent, an eerie testament to the power of the Ambazonian resistance. In many areas, Ambazonian fighters ensured that La République du Cameroon schools stayed shut, defying the decrees of their government. The stark contrast between the government's expectations and the reality on the ground was more than a logistical failure. It was a symbolic defeat. Take the case of Indop, where the district officer was seen walking through overgrown schoolyards, begging, literally begging for teachers to return. Even the principal of the school was nowhere to be found. He was absent. This desperate plea for normalcy was met with a resounding silence as educators and students alike heeded the call of the Ambazonian leadership rather than the government of La République du Cameroon in Yaoundé. In Menchum, another district officer stationed in the town of Isimbi was left to deal with a different yet equally humiliating blow. When he discovered a community school set up by the locals, he ordered its closure, frustrated that the only schools allowed to operate were under the directives of the Ambazonian authorities. His orders, however, felt like a mere echo in the wind, ineffective and out of place in a territory that no longer sees itself as part of Cameroon. Even in Boya, a key city in the conflict and the former seat of Ambazonian activism and power, Okalia Bilia, the governor, expressed his frustration as Ambazonian fighters paralyzed every form of activity, including schools. In his desperation, Okalia turned to local chiefs and elite, urging them to intervene and stop the fighters. Yet, despite his authority, these local leaders found themselves powerless against a movement that has deep roots in the community and speaks to the hearts of the people. The resounding failure to reopen schools as planned on September 9 by La République du Cameroon is not just a logistical defeat for them, it is a clear indication that the government is losing the battle for the hearts and minds of Ambazonia's people. The failure of school resumption coincides with the successful 3-week lockdown imposed by the Ambazonian leadership. This lockdown, executed with precision and discipline, is yet another reminder to the world that Cameroon has lost its authority in the southern Cameroon's Ambazonia. No matter how many soldiers Yaoundé deploys, no matter how many decrees are issued from the presidential palace in a 2-day, the reality on the ground is different. It is Ambazonia's will that dictates the pace of life, not La République du Cameroon's. In previous years, there were moments where La République du Cameroon seemed to believe it could reassert its control over Ambazonia. There were sporadic successes in reopening schools or holding government functions in certain towns and most of the remote areas. Yet, each time La République du Cameroon government claimed victory, Ambazonia countered with a powerful show of resistance. The lockdown, which affected daily life, trade, and movement, was a testament to this unyielding control. It wasn't just a declaration of defiance. It was proof that Ambazonia is functioning as a sovereign entity, one capable of exercising jurisdiction over its people. The Ambazonian conflict has drained La République du Cameroon economically and socially, slowly but surely squeezing the life out of the state apparatus. The war, now longer than the Nigerian-Biafran conflict, and both were wars, has left the government of La République du Cameroon with a staggering debt crisis, deteriorating infrastructure, and an overextended military that struggles to maintain basic control. La République du Cameroon's national debt has skyrocketed as it tries to sustain military operations in Ambazonia. Reports of the Cameroonian government struggling to pay civil servants and meet obligations to its own people are becoming increasingly common. Civil servants, already stretched thin, are owed months of unpaid salaries, leading to discontent and whispers of internal unrest. Soldiers sent to fight in Ambazonia are underpaid and under-equipped, which not only diminishes their morale, but also exposes the vulnerabilities of La République du Cameroon's military as an overburdened, exhausted force. The decaying infrastructure in La République du Cameroon is further evidence of the government's inability to manage both the war and the needs of its people. Roads, hospitals, schools, and other essential services are falling apart, with most resources being funneled into the war effort. The war has left its footprint on every corner of Cameroonian society, and the economic toll is staggering. The situation has become so dire that Cameroon is now forced to rely heavily on international aid and loans to stay afloat, further plunging the country into a financial abyss from which it might never recover. If the government of La République du Cameroon still believes it can win this conflict militarily, it needs to start rethinking its strategy. 8 years have passed by, and despite the use of force, widespread human rights abuses, and a campaign of intimidation, La République du Cameroon has been unable to subdue Ambazonia. The war has lasted far longer than even the Biafran conflict, which lasted for only 3 years. And it has exceeded both the First and the Second World Wars, the first one lasting 4 years, the second one 6 years. This longevity is not just a testament to the complexity of the conflict, but to the resilience, the resilience of the Ambazonian people. They have endured displacement, the burning of their villages, the killing of their loved ones, and yet they continue to stand. No amount of military intervention has been able to break Ambazonians' will. The government of La République du Cameroon may have the weapons, but Ambazonia has something far more powerful, an idea, or a cause rooted in the deep desire for freedom and independence. The determination of the Ambazonian fighters, ladies and gentlemen, and their leadership, despite their limited resources, shows that this conflict cannot be won by force. Ambazonia has become an example of an asymmetrical war, where the weaker party leverages its local knowledge, popular support, and moral high ground to challenge a far larger and better equipped adversary, that is, La République du Cameroon. Cameroon's reliance on brute force has done little more than galvanize Ambazonians' resistance. The more Cameroon attempts to suppress Ambazonia, the stronger and more resolute the Ambazonian movement becomes, especially the more resolute Ambazonia restoration fighters. The leadership in Yaoundé faces a stark choice: continue a costly war with no end in sight, or begin to accept the reality of Ambazonian self-determination. As the conflict drags on, it's not just Ambazonia that suffers, The entire country of La République du Cameroon is being pulled down with it. Politically, Cameroon's leadership is beginning to fracture under the strain. There are rumblings within the government, within their military, and within their civil service about the feasibility of continuing this fight. President Paul Biya's regime has long relied on a policy of centralization and suppression. But as the years go by, this strategy is proving unsustainable. International pressure is mounting, and the global community is growing increasingly critical of Cameroon's handling of the situation and its refusal to dialogue. Continued reports of human rights abuses, war crimes, and atrocities are eroding La République du Cameroon's standing on the world stage. Moreover, the government's inability to address the root causes of the conflict, the systemic assimilation, marginalization, and oppression of the Ambazonian population only ensures that the war will continue. As long as Cameroon refuses to recognize the legitimate grievances of the Ambazonian people, there can be no peace, neither for them or for us. The people of Ambazonia are not asking for superficial reforms or half measures. They are demanding complete independence, and they have proven that they will accept nothing less. Again, nothing less. The situation in Ambazonia remains a powerful reminder to the leaders in La République du Cameroon of the limits of force and the strength of a people united by a common cause. La République du Cameroon has thrown everything it can at Ambazonia: its military, its bureaucracy, its legal system, its money, and yet Ambazonia remains unbroken. The failed school resumption, the successful lockdown, and the continued inability of Cameroon to exert meaningful control over Ambazonia all point to one undeniable fact, and it is that Ambazonia cannot be defeated. The government of La République du Cameroon finds itself trapped in a war it cannot win. Every day that the conflict continues, Cameroon's economy weakens, its infrastructure crumbles, and its authority erodes. The longer it takes for La République du Cameroon to realize that Ambazonia is a nation determined to forge its own destiny, the deeper the wounds will grow on both sides. The failed attempts, ladies and gentlemen, by the La République du Cameroon government to assert control over Ambazonia's schools, coupled with the lockdown that was so effectively enforced by Ambazonia restoration fighters, should serve as clear indicators that the struggle for Ambazonian independence is not merely a political struggle, it is a deeply rooted generational fight for identity and sovereignty. The leadership in Yaoundé may continue to deny Ambazonia's right to self-determination, but every day, they delay a meaningful resolution, they risk further unraveling the fabric of their own country. Again, that was my talking point there, ladies and gentlemen. I hope it is illuminating and makes a lot of sense to you. I will be back in a few minutes, in less than 1 minute, and when I come back, I will open the phone lines to take your phone calls. Stay tuned.
Reach your target audience like never before. Advertising on ABS, you'll benefit from our extensive reach and dedicated viewership. We offer special advertising packages during primetime slots and popular shows. You'll also be featured on our social media platforms, reaching an even wider audience. Don't miss out on this opportunity. Take your business to the next level. Contact our advertising team at absafricativ@gmail.com. ABS can help you reach your target audience like never before. Advertising on ABS, you'll benefit from our extensive reach and dedicated viewership. We offer special advertising packages during primetime slots and popular shows. You'll also be featured on our social media platforms, reaching an even wider audience. Don't miss out on this opportunity. Take your business to the next level. Contact our advertising team at absafricativ@gmail.com.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks for staying put out there. You listen to my talking point, and I hope that authorities in La République du Cameroon, they listen to me. Because what is very important here is, listen, the First World War lasted for 4 years, I think 3 months. The Second World War lasted for 6 years and a few other months. The Ambazonian War with La République du Cameroon, they don't like to call it war, they like to call it crisis. Crisis, denying the reality. That's one of the reasons why they are not sitting down to look for real solutions, because they think it's a crisis. When they use the word conflict, when we use the word conflict, they think we are exaggerating it. We are not exaggerating it because we are using it in context. And the context is we are dealing about 2 different countries, Ambazonia and La République du Cameroon. There are conflicts between 2 countries, not crises between 2 countries. And that is exactly what it is. La République refuses to see this. That is their trouble. And I believe the day they will realize that this thing is a conflict, they will seek for genuine solutions. But that is my talking point, especially for people in La République du Cameroon, people in their regime, in their government. If you think that going in for 8 years, again, the Biafra War lasted for 3 years. Second World War, 4 years. First World War, 4 years. Second World War, 6 years. We have gone past that. And if anybody in his or her right senses is sitting in Yaoundé and thinking that after going for 8 years, Ambazonians are now going to surrender without a free and independent Ambazonia, they make a mistake. They make a mistake. So the phone lines are going to be open. Please get the phone lines on the screen. They're going to be open, and then I want to hear from you. I want to know what your take is, looking at the lockdown, the school resumption, and the message that this sends to La République du Cameroon. The message that our ability to stop their schools resuming September 9 sends to the authorities in Yaoundé. We will slowly but surely take command of everything in Ambazonia. It could take the next 10 years, we don't care. All we care is the progress that we make. And so I'd like to hear from you. Some of you have the phone number out there. Go ahead and call. Go ahead and call if you have the phone number with you. The phone number is right there on your screen. Make sure that before you call, you shut down the volume. Make sure before you call, you shut down the volume of your set, please. Shut down the volume of your set before you call. And when you call, focus on your phone and not on your TV. Not on your TV. All right. So you have the phone line on your screen. Go ahead and call, please. Go ahead and call. All right, the phone line is right there on your screen. I am waiting for your phone call. Let me know what is you are thinking on your mind for the events I have described here today, the lockdown, the school resumption, and the lessons that La République du Cameroon should learn. Go ahead, call. I am here waiting for your phone calls. I don't have much to bring to you. This is the subject I intended to discuss with you today, and I have given you the message. I want to know what you think in your mind. So go ahead. The phone line is open. The phone line is open. I am waiting to get your calls. I want to believe that I hope that I'm well set to receive phone calls here. Because I'm surprised no call has come in yet. If you cannot call, you want to send a message for me to read, go ahead and do that. Go ahead and do that. All right. So again, I am expecting your calls to come in, ladies and gentlemen. Call in from whatever direction, whatever angle you are, be you on ground zero, in Europe, in Toronto, Canada, in the Middle East, in the United States, in South America. You have the line on your screen. You call on WhatsApp and WhatsApp only. And while I am waiting for your phone calls, I like to remind all of you out there of our Amber Deals website. It is called amberdeals.com. amberdeals.com. That is where we are urging every Ambazonian to log into, subscribe, make a generous monthly contribution of at least $10. At least $10, so that we can continue to prosecute this war. So I encourage every Ambazonian. I know we all like to assemble on broadcasts like this to know what is going on, to say, hey, Comrade Chris, you guys are doing a great job. Continue to do it. But really, listen to me, ladies and gentlemen. It takes money to do anything. Even just coming on this television set, you being able to listen to me, to watch me on this television set, we have to pay for the satellite, we have to pay for the internet, we have to pay for the electricity, we have to pay for everything to keep this liberation war going on. All that we ask is that let's not be spectators. Let's not be cheerleaders only, especially if you are in the diaspora. Please avoid being a cheerleader or a spectator. Stop saying, oh, we are doing good. The war is going on. We will win. Stop saying this if you are not contributing a dime. I hate people who do not contribute a dime, calling me or sending me messages and saying, oh, Comrade Chris, keep on the good work, keep on this. Listen, this is not my father's funeral. It is all of our funeral. And somebody is not going to die for Ambazonia. Of course, I know some people have died. But listen, it is our duty for all of us to die for Ambazonia. And what do I mean by that? I mean by us sacrificing our widow's mite to keep this liberation struggle or liberation war going on unperturbed until we have we are on that table. Until we are on that table, negotiation table with La République du Cameroon to determine our destiny. 8 years fighting a state party with a state army, with a budget. We came into this with nothing, zero. But for 8 years, we've sustained this. We can always send a strong message to La République du Cameroon that we are not giving up when we continue to chip in our financial resources to sustain this. So once more, I am appealing to every one of you. Please log on to amberdeals.com. www.amberdews, D-U-E-S, D-U-E-S, amberdews.com. Subscribe for a minimum of just $10. There is nobody in the diaspora who cannot support Ambazonia with $10 every month. Even those who are not working, they can. How many beer do you drink a week? Add it up and ask yourself, how much does it cost? I see Ambazonians, they go to all these parties, marriages, birthdays, cultural events, and they wash people with money. They wash people with money, but give $10 a month. I mean, they wash people with money just to show up. Just to show up empty vanity, emptiness. But something that matters as much as your future and the future of your children, you cannot set aside $10, just $10 for its prosecution. So please, I am appealing to every one of you listening to the sound of my voice. If you have not yet subscribed to Amber Dews, get to the website www.amberdews.com, amberdews.com, and subscribe for your dues. $10 every month. It goes a long way because it adds up to the people who are already subscribed. I have been saying this. Just imagine, we have only 5,000 Ambazonians out of the millions. We have at least 1 million Ambazonians in all of the diaspora. All of the diaspora, at least 1 million Ambazonian families. And I know that not everybody, among us we are divided. You have the Federalists and the one Cameroonese. But at least 5,000 independentists. I mean, we are more than that. We are in the hundreds of thousands. I mean, the independentists. But imagine if we can have just 5,000 of them chipping in just $10 between Europe, America, Canada. Just imagine that. We will never have to do a draft or a special fundraiser for any reason, because that is $50,000 a year. Sorry, a month, not a year, a month. And if we have $50,000 coming in every month, comrades, our refugees in Nigeria will no longer suffer. Our prisoners will have enough supplies for themselves everywhere they are. And our restoration fighters will go on a monthly stipend. They will go on a monthly stipend. So I really hate people coming to me and saying, you guys should have done this, should have done that, or can do that, or do it that way, do it that way. And when you ask them, where is the money? We don't do this thing with our hands over mere talking. Money does everything. I can never say this enough. Money is the key to everything. We will do far much than what we do today if the funds were there. So please, again, log on to your site, to the website www.amberdews.com. Subscribe, and chip in your monthly $10. Very much appreciated. I'm surprised. No call is coming in. Good evening, Your Excellency. I enjoy your monologue this evening. Forward ever, backward never. Waiting for the audio. Need more number for those in Northern Zone. Thanks for understanding. All right. I hope that there is electricity on the ground. How come there is no phone call coming in? But at least I can receive text messages, so I know my end is okay. So again, you have the phone number there on your screen. You have the phone number on your screen. Go ahead, call in. Let me know what is on your mind, please, as far as the state of the struggle is concerned, as far as the state of the struggle is concerned, go ahead and call. I want to hear from you before I call it a night. Go ahead and call. All right. I will take a brief break out, and I will still be expecting your calls. If I come back there are no callers, I will call it a night. All right?
ABS can help you reach your target audience like never before. Advertising on ABS, you'll benefit from our extensive reach and dedicated viewership. We offer special advertising packages during primetime slots and popular shows. You'll also be featured on our social media platforms, reaching an even wider audience. Don't miss out on this opportunity. Take your business to the next level. Contact our advertising team at absafricativ@gmail.com. ABS can help you reach your target audience like never before. Advertising on ABS, you'll benefit from our extensive reach and dedicated viewership. We offer special advertising packages during primetime slots and popular shows. You'll also be featured on our social media platforms, reaching an even wider audience. Don't miss out on this opportunity. Take your business to the next level. Contact our advertising team at absafricativ@gmail.com. ABS can help you reach your target audience like never before. Advertising on ABS, you'll benefit from our extensive reach and dedicated viewership. We offer special advertising packages during primetime slots and popular shows. You'll also be featured on our social media platforms, reaching an even wider audience. Don't miss out on this opportunity. Take your business to the next level. Contact our advertising team at absafricativ@gmail.com. ABS can help you reach your target audience like never before. Advertising on ABS, you'll benefit from our extensive reach and dedicated viewership. We offer special advertising packages during primetime slots and popular shows. You'll also be featured on our social media platforms, reaching an even wider audience. Don't miss out on this opportunity. Take your business to the next level.
All right, all right. Ladies and gentlemen, in the absence of any calls, I will be calling it a night. Thanks for tuning in. I look forward to being back here on Wednesday. You have a great day or a great night, all of you. Good night and God bless.
Now listen carefully. Chinese are ruling the Chinese land.